Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you have seen my last video, you'll know that today is the Tipree 10-mile road running race, which I'm doing. Before I start, we've just arrived. We've got about 15 minutes, I think, until we do the event briefing, and then about another 15-20 minutes until the start. But I'm going to get out a few excuses. First excuse, these are like reasonable excuses as well. Basically, I'm not expecting to do good at all here. Like, I'll be happy if I get around 70 minutes for a 10 mile. Likelihood is that it probably won't be under that, but we'll see. But yeah, first excuse, I haven't really been training all too consistently, have I? No. Been eating and drinking a lot. So yeah, so training's not been the best. Also, Friday we went to a concert in London. Stayed over at a friend's. We were obviously up late then. We had a few drinks. I didn't get the best of night's sleep that night. Then yesterday, which was the day after the concert, we were in London again. And I actually had another race, which was the Tough Mudder race. Which is why I'm wearing this today, because it's like my only clean running top. But yeah, that was a 10k obstacles course, so obviously I'm aching a bit from that, and I do actually have a video coming out for that. Went out with some friends from London and it was really good. But yeah, so I ache a little bit from that. Also, just walking around London for the whole day yesterday, that takes it out of us. We didn't get back till late. Yeah, I think that's all my excuses. Probably not going to be the best of races, but it's just a bit of fun, this one. I'm going to use it as a bit of a test to see where the legs are at. And then I think my plan going forward is actually I want to pick up running a bit more, put a back foot a bit, I suppose, on the bike and swim, still do it, but not as much, and see how good I can get at running over like the off season and winter period, I suppose. So yeah, let's go get checked in, and yeah, and see how badly this race goes. Going to be running in these, the Ultra Escalante Pro races. The run's been delayed by 30 minutes because there's another event on at the same day, so we're just on the way down to the start now. I think it's like a 10-15 minute walk, and then hopefully we can get going because I'm freezing. How'd I do?
I think smashed it. I do think you've done better, but considering yesterday, I think you're really well. I thought you were going to do it at 110 and you ended up doing it at 104, so really good, really good. I'm really proud of us. We come around and I was like, I love that. I think that's so nice.
that is race finished. Quick race like debrief. I did it in, according to my watch, I don't know the chip time yet, but I did it in 1 hour 4 minutes and 41 seconds, I think, which, as I mentioned at the start of this video, I was not expecting. I'm actually really happy with that, considering training's been well, considering all the excuses I basically made this morning. So yeah, so I can't complain. We're gonna go and collect my t-shirt and medal and stuff from the leisure centre where like the race HQ is. In terms of like the course and the route and stuff, the route was actually, it was like kind of rolling hills, nothing too steep or anything, but sort of a bit up and downy. But it weren't too bad. It was quite nice. It was really nice, like back roads with no cars. I don't think I come across one car, so really cool route. I'm glad I did it in the end. And yeah, I'm gonna go and sort my face out and collect some goodies. We've just got back home and got some food, and I'm about to have a quick shower and get some lunch, but I think I've already showed you, but this is the t-shirt from obviously the Tipree event, 10 miles. This is the one from the Tough Mudder event. It's actually been, considering it was 2 events, neither event actually did a medal at all. You only got t-shirts, but I do think that's quite cool because it's extra t-shirts to run in. But I think we're actually going to book, once we've cleaned ourselves up and had some food and stuff, is book the cinema. We haven't been in like months and months and months, probably years. Don't know, been a while, but I think we're going to go see the new James Bond to round off today. Have some treats, have some crisps and chocolate or whatever there. I think I've earned it. We have literally just got out of the cinema after seeing James Bond. It was a long film. It was like just over 2.5 hours long. What was your verdict?
It was good. Cheesy, but good.
It was long, but good. Worth a watch, I think, if you're interested in watching them sort of films. Very action-packed and stuff. But yeah, really cool. As you can tell, it's night time. It's quite late and I'm tired. So I'm going to go home and we're going to get to bed, and then I'll give you my full sort of my full... What's the word? Full
review, verdict, outlook, I don't know. Review.
Full recap, that's the word I'm looking for. Full recap of today's race when we get home, and I'll show you like the Strava thing and yeah, talk a little bit more in detail about it. But gotta head home, and now let's give you a quick overview of the race and how it went. It is the next day and I've woken up with a stinking cold, which I forgot to mention actually at the start of the video, which is another excuse. Is I did start to feel like I had a bit of a cold, I had a bit of a tickly throat and stuff coming along. Did do a COVID test and it wasn't that, so yeah, all good, but it is just a cold and it's pretty horrible. But more importantly, the race. So I'll try and keep this quick. I'll put up all the Strava data here so you can see sort of my splits and stuff. I went out, the first mile from the start was downhill, so that felt quite fast, and I would reckon I was going about a 6:35 to 6:40 minute per mile. Within like 3 miles, I thought, this is honestly probably a bit too quick. Again, just based on these excuses that I had, I was not expecting to be able to hold that pace, so I thought, oh no, here we go. Set off too quickly and it's going to be horrible by the end. Luckily, I managed to hold that on until about 5 or 6 miles, and that was about a 6:40 minute per mile, 6:45 minute per mile pace-ish, I think. And then I ended up running with, overtook a few people, found one guy, ran with him for maybe 2 miles, and to be honest with you, he helped me out a lot. I sat right behind him. He was going at like a 6:25 minute per mile pace, I reckon. So I sat behind him, and that was from probably 6 to round about 8 miles. Hit 8 miles and came to a bit of a downhill, so I thought, I'm going to step on it and see what the legs have to offer. I was always already knackered by that point, so I thought, just let's go for it and see what happens. So I stepped on it a bit. I went down the hill at about 6:10 minute per mile. Ended up dropping the guy that I was running with. He came up to me at the end actually and said, really good racing. Yeah, he said basically he could keep up with the pace, but he went really well. So yeah, did that. I overtook another couple of people on the way. And then yeah, for the last sort of mile, it was so the same downhill that you go down at the start. For the first mile, you have to come back up because it's a loop. you come back up on the last mile. So hit that last mile. I really went for it then. I think I went into the mile probably like a 6:30 minute per mile, going up sort of a slightly steep bit. It started to flatten off, and as it flattened off, I thought I'm going to go for it even more. And then I went at about 5:40 minute per mile. Ended up the last mile being about 6 minute per mile average. So yeah, most of it was about the 5:40, 5:45 minute per mile pace. And that was a race. Thought I was going to die by the end, but got through it. Managed to keep the legs spinning right to the end, and finished all right. Actually, finished quite strong, but definitely don't think I could have gone any quicker than that for sure. Ended up actually negative splitting the race, which again, after the first few miles at going quite fast, I thought there's no chance I'm going to no chance I'm going to hold that pace, let alone negative split it. So I did really well for me to negative split the race. Oh yeah, I was supposed also, according to Strava, I hit a 10 mile, 15k and a 10k PR. Again, I haven't been for like an all out 10k or anything like that before. So or at least as of recent, when I've been relatively fit. So not bad to get a few PRs along the way. I'm going to round up the video here. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give it a like, comment any questions down below if you've got any race suggestions as well, because in a bit of a limbo stage at the moment, not really too sure what to do. I do have a good idea which I'll be sharing in maybe 2 videos times of what I kind of want to do going forward. But if you enjoyed, please like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. Next video, Tough Mudder video, really good one. Make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss that, because it's going to be a really cool video. And I shall see you then for that video. Peace.
Well done, guys.